Hello, this is T Mentor Food. How's everyone doing today? Great, fantastic. You guys are great. You are wonderful. And you are somebody. Remember that. Today's video is about the narcissist and how they will neglect their children versus other people's children. I am a survivor of narcissistic abuse. I am now a moving target, and you are a moving target too if you are watching this video. You are a survivor, and we are in a good, proud of yourself. Thank and continue to grow in the person that Almighty God has called you to be. So narcissists will neglect their children. My dad, he hooked up with mom, which is, and he has 5 children. Well, he only has 3 left. Others have passed away. And so my sister and my other brother. And so my dad really does not any doesn't communicate with us unless we communicate with him. If we call him up on the phone and we have to go through his wife to ask her, can we speak to our dad, or if we have to ask, do we have to speak to him? And that's the only way we can talk to him, and I say we, my sister and myself, because my oldest brother is in prison right now. So that's the only way that we can talk to him, is that we have to go through her in order to talk to him. And when we talk to him, it's just, hi, how you doing? I love you. And he says he loves us back, he loves me back. And it really isn't a relationship. I don't call it a relationship because I really don't know my dad, and my dad really don't know me. He knew me from when, I grew up as a young girl to a young woman in my 20s. But after that, he didn't develop a relationship with me, really know me, to know what's going on in my life, to know how I'm thinking. He doesn't even know anything about me in that regard. He only knows what his wife, she is the narcissist, tells him. And so she tells him whatever she knows about us, and he believes it. And he's been eating on this negative food that the narcissist has been feeding him years, in regards to his own children, for years, for over 40 years. So he don't know us. We don't have a relationship with him, like going out to dinner with him, or going out to lunch, or just going over his house and sitting down and just feeling really comfortable just to relate to him. Because anytime there is any interaction between us, his wife is always present. She's making sure that we do not build up a solid relationship with our dad. So it's monitored, it's controlled, and it's being fed into him as we're bad, we're negative, we're no good, we're not worthy to be, to have a relationship with him. And so he believes this, because he doesn't go out of his way to make her have a relationship with us. A lot of people probably have relationships with their dad and stuff, and that's a good thing, and you should have a relationship with your dad. So, you know, when you are in a narcissistic, abusive environment, a parent will not, they will not love their children like they can really love them if they weren't in that environment, or if they weren't probably a narcissist themselves. They just don't have it in them to really love their children. And my dad he does not have any type of relationship with us. Now, on the other hand, His wife's children, he has a relationship with them. He calls them up on the phone and he talks to them, and every time they call the house, he talks to them. So he, and holidays come around, him and his wife go to her side of the family to enjoy the holidays. So he has built up a more of a rapport with her children or her side of the family versus his own children. And narcissists are like that. It's something about whether she would have came into his life or not. I think my dad probably would have always been like that, because narcissists, they don't care for their children. They're so neglecting of their own seed versus other people's seed. They don't mind other people's children, and they don't mind getting to know them, and they don't mind encouraging them and lifting them up and doing positive things for other people's children. But when it comes to their own children, they don't do it. They just won't do it. And it's just fortunate because I got my picture or description of a man from my dad, because he was the only male in my life that I can, go out and pick another male to emulate him or do the same thing as him, because I don't know no other male, but my dad. And so I happened to marry a narcissist too, that ignore his children as well. Now, prior to marrying him, and when him and I didn't have any children, we used to go over people's houses that had children. And the moment we would walk in the door, the kids just loved him. They would run to him and jump all over him, and they would play with him, and he would play with them, and they just loved him so much. And so every time we were going over this one couple's house, I already knew that the children were going to be around him and playing with him, and he was going to be interacting with them and playing with them. And so from my view and from my perspective, I'm looking at him like, wow, this guy is going to be a good dad. Ooh, when him and I have children together, he's going to be great. He's going to be there for his children. He's going to interact for his children, be a great dad, because every parent want the best. Not every parent, because some parents don't. They sabotage their children, is all about. But some healthy parents want the best for their children, so they try to pick the best mate that they can in order for that to transpire. But after him and I got married, we had children. He was a flop at being a dad. He was the worst dad, and still today, he's still not the greatest dad. He does not call his kids all the time. He does not interact with them. I mean, years, months, weeks go by. He don't talk to them. Maybe on their birthday, they were born on the same day, 6 years apart. My children and my children. I have a son and a daughter, but he'll call on their birthday, but sometimes he'll just call one and won't call the other. So he and I used to practically beg him to call his son, beg your son, call your son, he needs some mail, he needs this. And he would tell me yes, and then the moment he got off the phone, because he never called me, and so dads, are the worst dads, the worst moms, because they don't care for their children. They like to have the children around for image sake, for image, for the world to see, look, I'm a family man, I got a wife, I got kids. For that image, they like for the world to see that, because they don't want they're incomplete people. They have holes in them, so they figure the outside, if they can make that look right or look normal, then everybody would look at them like they're normal. So, but when it really comes to just operating in that, they don't have what it takes. Because my ex-husband, my children's dad, he is the horrible dad. He would never spend quality time with his children. There would be a park right up the street. I would beg him to take his kids up to the park and just let them play, and he would not do it at all. I mean, here I'm seeing this man interacting with these other kids so well. His kids, he didn't interact with them at all. And so I married my dad, in that sense, a man that wouldn't care for his kids, a man that wouldn't pay attention to his kids, a man that wouldn't be there for his kids. I married that man. I married my dad. And it's horrible because in these types of situations, the children suffer. They suffer because every child should have a dad and an interaction with the dad and the females, because they really do need that hardcore existence, and they need to know what to look for in the world, and they need to know that strong authority voice, saying no, don't do that, I'm gonna teach you, let's do this, spending quality time with the boy. They need that reassurance and that stability in that male that a male provides. And when you have a parent on this earth and they're like ignoring you practically or rejecting you, you feel horrible. You feel really bad. You feel like, if I could be better, if I could this, or if I could be that, maybe he would, maybe, but it doesn't have anything to do with the child. But the child doesn't understand that when they're so young. I didn't get it, and I'm a fully grown woman, and it took me a long time to get it. Now I'm just starting to wake up and starting to get it. Has nothing to do with me. It's really my dad. It doesn't have the way he has treated me throughout the years. It has nothing to do with me. It's him. So parents that have mates like this, we have to tell our children that it's not us, it's not you. We got to tell our child it's not you. Your dad, just need a little help in this area, or your mom, she need a little help in this area, but it's not you. So narcissist dads will ignore their children. The mother will ignore their children. They will put other kids before you, and it's hard for that child to get it. But tell your children that it's not them, and then reassure them that they are good, and that they are kind, and that they are purposely put here, and that they have a purpose, and that they're good and they're all right, and that they can be whatever they want to be. They don't have to think negative about themselves, or think down on themselves, or think that it's them, that they got a problem. No, tell them that it's not them, because we as adults of children, we children from a young age to take responsibility for their actions and for how they feel about themselves. And if they're feeling negative about themselves, we have to kind of come along and try to correct that thinking of not taking on other people's junk into their life to make their lives feel bad. No, we have enough junk in our life that we have to take responsibility for, versus junk. So narcissist parents, they have junk that is ignoring their children versus somebody else's children. So we have to teach our children that no, baby, everybody is responsible for their life and their steps, and this has nothing to do with you. So again, I know for many years I struggled with this because I couldn't get it. I have a dad that's alive on this planet, but he ignores me unless I reach out to him. I couldn't get it for many years, but now I'm starting to get it. It's his problem, not mine. And so if you're battling this, it's your parents' problem, not yours. You do not have to carry what your parents are or how they're feeling. You are okay. You are all right. And this is just a lesson for you to learn that when you have children, if you have children, just treat them, give them love. Love them no matter what. Love them by communicating with them. Love them by hugging them and kissing them and reassuring them that they are all right. I hope this video has helped someone. I really do appreciate my subscribers. I thank you all for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate you very much. So I'd like to say thank you. If you like this video, like, subscribe, share, and please leave your emotional food story. I would love to hear what you have to say. And remember, drop that trash off. drop that toxic food off, because people are waiting for you to get better and to help set them free as well. Remember, you are a winner. You are somebody and you are enough. Okay? So this is T Mentor Food. God bless you all and be blessed.